This video is going to give you a quick overview of CRM, effectively a 101 for CRM. This is the overview that I wish I'd had 10 years ago when I started working with CRM, and hopefully it can help provide a very quick understanding for you of how CRM works so that you can get started. So today we're going to cover 4 basic topics. The first is objects or modules, and with that we'll also talk about the basic structure of a CRM. Then we'll talk about records. Then we'll talk about the fields within those records, and finally how you log activity on different contacts and leads that you're working with. So let's go ahead and start with objects. And objects are modules in a CRM. There's a couple basic objects that we want to review today, and there are more that you can add, but these are kind of the basic 4 objects that you should understand. And you don't have to use them all, but we'll go ahead and explain all 4. So you generally will start with a lead, and a lead is somebody you don't know or haven't had any interaction with before, and you're marketing to them to try to create a relationship, and then they become a contact. And also at the same time as you create a contact, you will create an account, which is a company that contact works at. If an account already exists, then you can link a contact to an existing account. And finally, if you're working on a deal with that contact and account, you can create an opportunity, which is basically where you'll track the deal and the transaction. And if you have multiple deals that you're working on for one account or one contact, you can have multiple opportunities. So next, let's quickly talk about what a record is. And a record basically is a record, and multiple records exist for each object. So if you have in the leads module, you could have 100 leads, and each lead will be a record. Every record has a unique URL in most CRMs, particularly in Salesforce, and you can use that URL to send it to your colleagues. And right here on this screenshot, we show 2 things. One is how to search for a record, and the second is that you can click on any of those names down below, and each one represents a record. Okay, so now that we've helped you understand the structure of a basic CRM and what a record is, let's talk about the data that's in a record. So in this case, consider that a record is the person Andy Mowat, and he is a contact in the system. So you can see there that Andy Mowat is at the account Prialto. It may be a little bit small, but you can see that. You can also see that on the Andy Mowat record, the field Prialto or the field name or summary or phone number, all of those are fields that are in the record, and they all represent data. And each CRM will come with a standard set of fields, and you can also create your own custom fields as well too. So finally, let's just talk about, now that you have your leads or your contacts and accounts in the system, how do you track what you do with those people? And there's another object which is called an activity. And activities effectively are events that you can attach to records. And they have 3 main types of fields. The first is the date field, so when did you do something? The second is the type. Did you email? Did you call? And finally, typically there's a notes field. And so those activities can be attached to all of the other modules or objects that we reviewed earlier in this presentation. And those can be used to track the activity you do back and forth. So now you've got a very quick 101 overview of what a CRM is. And please don't hesitate to contact us with any questions. We're happy to explain.